Hello everybody and welcome back. It's been a while, about a year. Oh, over a year at this point, actually. It's good to be back. This is an update video. This wasn't going to be its own video, but it was just sort of going to be like an addendum to an already made video. And, the longer I thought about what I wanted to say and how I wanted the update to sort of go, the more I realized it probably needs to be its own video at this point. So it is. So I kind of want to touch on like what's been going on in my life a little bit, like where I've been, what to kind of expect going forward from the channel, and what to also not expect. Because there's a handful of things that just aren't going to be happening here that, maybe you think might have happened before or would have happened before, but those are going to be like off the board. Yeah, it's a very, very interesting. This should be interesting. So yeah, that's sort of the point of this video is to provide you guys with an update on everything. So the past year, I spent a great deal of time working. I work in a school, so, September through June, in Canada. And, I started an improv club at the school I work at, which ended up taking up probably the majority of my time and energy. We put on a show. So this is like a bunch of 7th and 8th grade kids who, showed a really good talent for improv comedy. I was so proud of them. And that was a lot of fun. That was amazing. But that, like I said, took up a lot of my time and energy. And then, I have work, and then I have other commitments outside of that. And friends and family and whatever. So it was just a lot. There's a lot of things that were taking up my time, and it made it sort of less feasible to get and sit down and write a video. And even with my writing style, which is I kind of generalize what I want to say, and I give myself a list of bullet points, because I don't work well off a script for videos, because otherwise I'm just reading a script. But I do have a list of I want to make these points, and if I'm doing a video essay, it's this is my major point and these are the points within. And it's very, my style is relatively improvisational, because that just sort of is how I flow the best, I feel like. But yeah, I didn't really have the time or energy or motivation to do anything, because yeah, if you've been around for a while, you'll know that I've had a very strange content journey, which I'd like to get into a little bit. So I started content as a whole many years ago, probably close to 10 years ago now. Shortly after I finished high school, I think, was when I really started thinking, oh, I can make videos, because that was around the time when I started watching a lot more YouTube, because I would watch YouTube or put YouTube on while I was working on college assignments. So it was around that time when I started thinking oh, I could do this. And I adapted from so many other creators. I did fan theories, I did gaming, I tried Let's Plays, I tried playing with friends, I tried streaming Call of Duty, I tried doing Pokemon videos. I've done a lot of different things in my time on the internet, and they've all been fine. I don't think anything I've done has been inherently actually terrible, but I think very little of it has been sort of me. Or authentic to me, because I've been, my hair. I've been chasing sort of other people and what they do well, and rather than focusing and thinking on what I do well, I'm well, I see person A is doing well with this, so I should do that. Or, oh, I really admire what person B does, so I'm gonna do that, rather than trying to figure out why it works for them. I just tried to make what other people did work for me. Not in a sense where I was ripping off videos, but where I was taking very similar ideas, very similar concepts, and trying to pair it with what other people were doing. And it didn't really work. So that's sort of been my YouTube journey. I tried doing Let's Plays a bunch, because I do love video games, and I'll get into that a little more. But I do love video games, but I thought, oh, well, I love video games, so I'll play them for people. And I realized I hate trying to talk and play my games. I hate it. It's terrible. It wasn't fun, and because usually when I play video games, I'm relatively quiet, or I'll mutter to myself a little bit, but I don't narrate. Narrating yourself playing a game, doing Let's Plays, is a skill. So I think my most successful, to me personally, Let's Play was my Kingdom Hearts one I did long time ago. the recordings of that are gone now, but did those a long time ago. And I had my friend on call with me to talk to about the game, which is also why I thought I'd do well at streaming. And I feel like on the whole, I did. Like, I'm not sitting here being like, I was a terrible streamer, my stream sucked. I think on the whole, I did a good job at streaming. But I started streaming, like I said, I started with Call of Duty because I was playing a lot of Modern Warfare 2019. So I was streaming that a bunch, and then I would stream just some like random PS2 games off my computer. But when I moved out in 2021 is when I really started like earnestly streaming, and that's where a lot of my current audience came from, is around that time. So in 2021, I was like, I'm going to stream Pokemon. I love Pokemon, and I've always loved Pokemon. I really do truly love Pokemon, and I wanted to do that. I very quickly realized that my style of playing Pokemon, which is to play the game as designed, is not viewer friendly, I guess, or at least it's not popular enough for people to make a dent. People want to see Nuzlocke, they want to see Ironmon challenges, and I get it. I watch Nuzlocke on YouTube too. I find it entertaining. So unfortunately, people weren't finding my format terribly entertaining, even though I enjoyed doing it. But not having people show up meant I didn't have people to really talk to, and if my few viewers couldn't make it that day, I felt really disappointed because I had no one to talk to. And I'm very much, when I'm playing the games, when I'm doing the streaming, I like having people to talk to. So in November, I think of 2024, I retired from streaming wholesale. I went off Twitch. I have not been back on since. This is the longest retirement I've had. I did, you might remember, I tried doing a couple of dispatch streams on YouTube. I got that all set up. I did 2 of them, and then I was like, no, I'm done. This isn't fun anymore. And the reason I don't find streaming fun is I find it very time consuming. If people don't show up to talk, or if they're not talking a lot, I'm not enjoying myself. So it's just, on the whole, I don't like streaming, and that's okay. Streaming is fine. I think Twitch sucks. It's a whole other topic, but I'm not a streamer. Okay, so I've decided streaming's not for me. I've decided gaming videos aren't for me. So what the frick has brought me back? Well, you're just sitting here. I spent like 5 minutes telling you guys everything that's not for me and everything that's no good. Why am I back? Well, I do have ideas. I like to yap. I am a D1 yapper, rambler, whatever you want to call it, and I like to talk. I have a lot of opinions on fandoms. You can see behind me, I've got all this stuff. Like, I've got like dragons, I've got VHS, I've got Pokemon. I'm into things. I like stuff, and I like to talk about that stuff. I have opinions, and I have feelings, and I have ideas that I want to share somehow about my stuff. But why now? Well, I'm off school, or I'm off work for the summer, which is beneficial. It provides me with time, and I think that's probably why now. I'm also sort of at a point where I don't feel like I need to be someone else. I am me, and I'm more or less content with that. I obviously, as anyone does, there's times when I'm like, oh, I wish I was a little bit different, but I overall am content with being me right now, where I am. So I'm sort of at a point where I feel like I can make videos on occasion. I don't know how often it's going to be. I'm not going to pin down a schedule, but I can do it while still being myself and still fitting into my life. I know what didn't work now. I know that gaming videos don't work for me. I know that trying to be other channels doesn't work for me. The few times I've made a video that was just purely my idea, they've done really well. I mean, not like really well, but like better. Like the Disney villain tier list was my idea. It was an idea I thought was funny, that I felt passionate about, and it did well. The Modern Death of Earnestness, which is one of my favorite videos I've ever done, was my idea. It's a lot of thoughts and feelings I'd had building up inside of me, and I am planning to follow up on that a little bit. And that did well. Both of those are, over 500 views, which again, it's not a lot, but for me, it's quite a bit. I think combined, the 2 videos have about 2,000 views, which again, like I said, for me, so much, so much. Any other video I've done, there's some of my podcast episodes that have done well, and, I think it's managing to like hit the nail on a topic that people are interested in. But my Disney Zombies video, as interesting and as fun as it was, that wasn't me. That was my attempt to be someone I was watching at the time who made videos similar to that, and I loved them, but it's not me. So that's what doesn't work. What doesn't work is, obviously trying to be anyone other than yourself. I have rebranded and rebadged myself so many times. I've been me, I've been some e-girl version of me, I've been a goth version of me, I've been the English teacher, I've been whatever. All these things that aren't me. I still don't have a tagline for myself, and I'm trying to work on figuring that out because I feel like a slogan for like the banner is going to be useful. It's currently everybody shut up, but I don't feel like that's gonna catch on. But I am trying to sort of figure out, like, how do I introduce myself? Like, America's allegedly Canadian sweetheart, or America's Canadian sweetheart allegedly America, whatever, however I wrote it. I just think it's funny, but I don't think it captures me very well. So yeah, I am trying to figure out me. I'm 30. I should be working on that. I should be close to that, I hope. But that's sort of what doesn't work. I'm not going to make a video that I feel like is a response to someone else's video. I'm not going to make a video that is riffing off of somebody else I watched. Am I going to do things that are similar to people I watch? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just, that's how inspiration works. But I'm not going to be like, oh, I really like what they're doing, I'm going to make a video just like that. So what am I doing? What is coming? What are my plans here? Well, I want to talk like this. My general style is minimal editing because personally I hate the process of editing. I could, at some point in time find an editor, but I have no interest in doing that. I have an interest in making longer-ish videos where I talk to a camera and get my points out. And then in post, I'll, maybe throw something up on the screen or put in a funny effect or sound or video. But minimally, not a lot, because that's not what I have an interest in doing. I have an interest in doing sort of, kind of video essays, I guess. As far as topics that are coming up, there's one on phones that I'm working on, my phone specifically, and my journey with my phone and why I hate it. I'm working on a series, sort of, like it's going to be kind of like a wide-ranging series called Nobody Understands But Me, and will be a comic book topic or something in that vein. So there's a couple of those that I'm kind of planning right now. But that's sort of what I'm looking for to do. I'm not doing the hyper editing fast style. I'm not going to have an endless amount of props. It's going to be me talking. It's going to be very podcast-like, which I hope you guys like. I've got one camera, I've got a lamp, I've got a microphone. That's what we got here. And I got a cup of coffee. So yeah, I mean, that's what you can expect. If you want to support that, you can join the Ko-Fi. The Ko-Fi is 3 membership tiers: Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. In the Emerald tier, you get your name shouted out. In the Sapphire tier, you get your name in the credits. Now, I will say that right now, I'm not going to be doing credits because I have exactly 1 member, and they're in the Emerald tier, so they will get shouted out at the end of this video, and their name will pop up on screen, and that's it. I'm not going to do credits until I feel like it's necessary, and I don't need to put edited by Colin, Valentine, because that also feels widely unnecessary. But yeah, you can check that out. You can get a lot of really cool stuff. I'm working on properly doing monthly rants where the members can vote on a topic, and I'll rant about that topic and just kind of share my opinions, and you get access to the backlog of those as well. I've done a couple. I did one on Godzilla 1998, which was a lot of fun, and I did one on celebrities and why you shouldn't trust them or support them, really. It's pretty Taylor Swift coded, and Ryan Reynolds coded. So yeah, that's that. You also get Discord roles, because I've had a Discord. If you want to join the Discord, that'd be super fun. You can kind of stay up to date on what's going on. Members do get special updates and previews when it's appropriate. I can't promise how often those come out, but it's very when it's appropriate, or I feel like I have something to share. And what else do you get? I mean, the Discord, just as a whole, you can play games. There's game nights. There's like Jackbox, Cards Against Humanity, Among Us, whatever. You can play Borderlands with the community. You can just kind of hang out, get to know people. There's also movie nights where we do horror movies and also what I consider to be underrated gems. So like, you know, this past week we did Rosemary's Baby. We're doing Poltergeist this coming Friday. But also at some point we're going to do Space Jam again because I love Space Jam. So it's sort of like those two lanes of movies, like horror or weird, underrated, kind of bad movies that we love anyways. And sometimes it's in both of those lanes. It's a horror movie that was weird and we love. So that's great. If you made it this far in the video, if you're still here, it's 15 or so minutes with me, thank you so much. It means a lot. You know, you might know me, you might not, but it does mean a lot that you sat here and listened to this. Thank you for taking this journey with me into the Media Palace. That is kind of the energy is the Media Palace. And you know, I hope you like it. If you like this video, please click like, click subscribe. That'd be super cool. Leave a comment, you know, tell me what you thought of the video. Tell me that you liked my shirt, because this is a really nice shirt. Tell me what you think I suck. Just share something, or I don't know, write a haiku in the comments. Actually, you know what? Yeah, if you made this from the video, write a haiku in the comments about literally anything. Just write a haiku. And yeah, thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot, and I hope to not have to make another one of these. This is my last update video, not because I'm going anywhere, but because I hope I don't have to make another one of these again. I hope it's not another year before I put up another video. I don't want to make you guys wait years between videos. That doesn't feel fair. That doesn't feel, and especially because they're not like these massive 4-hour productions like H-Bomber Guy or Jenny Nicholson. They are really short. They are really rambly, and I realistically can get more than one of these out a year, as long as I'm having fun with it. So thank you guys so much. You know, as always, I'm Colin Valentine. Thank you for, you know, tuning in. Shout out to Kristen Aaron, who's in the Emerald membership tier, and shout out to my friend who always helps me out with thumbnails, because I am really bad at removing myself from the background of images. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. My name is Colin Valentine. Welcome to the Media Palace. Have a good one.